T-Man 978 Chill Review. Hello everyone! T-Man 978 reviewing Play Arts Kai Batman Arkham Knight Harley Quinn. So reflective. Inside the packaging with Harley is this little display stand right there and some instructions. Luckily, even though this is mostly, I guess, supposed to be a Japanese product, they have 4 different languages right here, including English, thank goodness. I'm not going to open that stand, so here's the Arkham Knight stand. Basically, you get this little part that can be posed in here or here, depending on how you want to hold the figure. You get these 2 parts right there. It's very difficult to get this detached once you clip it together, but you can raise or lower it. They have a bending arm right here, this rotating portion right here, and this. They have metal screws right there that's supposed to clamp this together tight, but it tends to keep coming loose no matter what. And they have a little plastic thing you can use to twist this, but yeah. They also have a smaller clip, so I guess you can clip it to our legs or something like that, but you get the picture. It holds the character. Do I even have to say anything? Are you not going out to GameStop and buying this chick already? Do I still need to do the review? I guess so, because she has a bunch of accessories, and maybe you want to know what else she can do besides look extremely friggin' awesome. This is one of those figures that make you reevaluate your collecting habits. Like, remember I was complaining about Pink Ranger and how she just looks so generic and I don't know what to do with her. She has a ton of articulation. Like, well, look at this. She's so vibrant and detailed, and even with just regular flared out hands, I could just pose her like this, and that's an awesome picture right there. But just look at the amount of detail. If you know Play Arts Kai, you know what to expect as far as detail and whatnot. And they went all out. Now, I don't know if the face is completely game accurate, spot on, but it is awesome. And look at these eyes. The eyes look so appropriately glossy. It looks like they're a separate part, but that's paint. I bet they went over it with a glossy coat. Well, not bet, they did do that. But man, she just looks so freaking good. They even painted her little panty britches. But here are her feet. Now, where she falls flat is this red boot. Like, being able to see that joint right there. I wish they would have painted the joint like the same color as the foot, or made the plastic of the joint the same color as the foot, but no. They use the black joint. And over here, it doesn't bother me so much because it blends in very well. They put black ball joints right there, the appropriate flesh color joint right there, and a black one over there. So since how they made that a different color, they could have went the extra mile, especially with how much these cost fresh in a store. Of course, I didn't pay that much. For the people not in the know, Play Arts Kai start at like $125, $150. And yeah, I'm not paying that much. But luckily at GameStop, Think Geek, they sell these things on their website and in a store. And after a little bit, they got to put them on clearance. So eventually, I just waited and waited and waited till the price just dropped to $40. And she may still be available. And the good thing about GameStop is you can trade in games and not even have to pay that out of pocket. Really, but She looks nice. Let's get into the articulation. The neck can go forward, come back. Her head is on like a ball post, so she can look up even more. She can look down more than enough. There is some head tilt right there, which is cool and comes in handy for a crazy girl like her. Her arms go all the way up despite the molding. Of course they rotate, and it's actually a universal joint in there, so yeah. Like, even without even trying, like, oh, there's another pose right there. There's a universal joint right here in the elbow that bends more than 90 degrees. Universal joint in the wrist. Now she has like some type of ball post right here. She goes hella back right there. She can come forward, do some crunches right there. Plus a crunch down here. Like, if you don't know, these Play Arts Kai joints, the way they make their bodies, it's like sort of like a robot with soft material over top of the crotch on like every figure. So there's a ball joint up in there and a couple of universal joints out here that can do the full splits even with this skirt on, which is awesome. So you can kick completely super duper high, like more than a 90-degree bend. Like, I could keep going if I wanted to. There's a swivel at the top of the hip, universal joint in the knee, so there's some wiggle room right there, and she can twist. Universal joint in the ankle, she can kick up this much and back. And this out of the box, I had to put a blow dryer tee because I could not get this to bend. And the best thing to do is put the heat on it and bend right here, like right at the plastic pen right there, because I felt like if I didn't do that, it was definitely gonna break. But I was able to get both toes, so she can get into better poses, and she is very stable, which is awesome. Let's get into her other accessories. Let's start with our GCPD hat right here. She took this from one of the officers. And what you're supposed to do with this hat, these ponytails are removable. Be careful. The peg came out and stuck in her head on one of these. I can't remember which one. I was able to crazy glue it. Now she has these flattened hair pieces, which fortunately the pegs don't come out. I usually put them straight down, or kind of to the back, so they don't hinder her neck movement. Now the hat is molded with that little groove right there. It's supposed to fit right here in her little part. So the hat is supposed to be tilted to the side, which is cool. And you might have to fiddle around with this, because depending on how that is, it'll knock the hat off. But now she has a little hat cocked to the side. You can do things like put her hand up there. What is a cop without a gun? Here she is with this gun and this trigger holding hand, or gun holding hand, I mean. The finger is in front of the trigger, not specifically on the trigger, so she doesn't shoot somebody by accident, as if she would care. And it doesn't come like this in the package, but there's nothing else you can do with this hand, so I just leave the gun in there. Right here, the hand just pulls straight off. Be careful, because these can come off because they rotate. They're supposed to be around this universal joint right there. Slide the other hand on that post, and boom, here you have Harley holding a gun. Isn't that awesome? Bang, bang. You know what else she has? This well-worn bat. Only thing weird about this bat is this design right there. I don't believe the bat ever looked like that, so that may bother you. I've seen reviews where that did bother people. And of course, she has the bat holding hand. Put the bat hand on with the bat and her waist holding hand right here, specifically for holding her waist like that. Or you could just do whatever you want. Maybe she's about to claw somebody or something, but here she is with that hand as well. Here is the last of the hand accessories right there, because she's specifically supposed to be grabbing the brim of her hat with that hand right there. Or maybe you can pretend she's just got her nails done or something, and she's blowing her fingers or something like that. I'm just realizing something. The post in this hair ponytail right there is thicker than the one on this side, so that you can't mess up on which side should get which. Now these seem to be the same size. You could plug them in on whatever side, but these are definitely different. Now for her last two accessories, maybe you don't want her to have this head. You just pop it right off and put this head on. She's like being feisty or angry or turning her head real fast. These have articulated ponytails, which only bad thing about them is this ball joint showing. So I tend to just keep it like this, put the ball joint in the front. But maybe she's swinging the bat or something and you want her hair up like that. Like if you've seen my pictures on Google Plus or Instagram, I use this hair so she can play hopscotch. But there you go with that. And let's say you don't want this face on the articulated ponytail head, because these do not come off. You could just lift this up. The face comes off very easy. A little bit too easy to me. Put the forehead underneath of the bangs. Put this on, and now you have this head on that, or that face on this head. One thing you have to worry about, because the face moves, depending on how you pose her, I mean, it can help, but if you bend the head too far, then her face will start coming off, and you can actually like see it behind the bangs. So you do have to worry about that depending on how you pose it. But this thing is tremendously posable, and she looks awesome. Like, I love this face right here. Like, it might not be completely video game accurate like I'm saying, but that's still a nice face. I don't give a crap. That looks good to me. So you don't feel cheated. Here she is with this face with the hat on. And before I end things, I want to say that this is separated right there, but it overlaps excellently. This is softer material. This up here is softer material if you don't know how Play Art Sky works. That's how you're able to do all this and it doesn't get in the way. And the boobs are that squishy right there. And I didn't mention that she does have bicep rotation, which always comes in handy. Here's how tall she is next to Arkham Knight. And differences between their body mold: he doesn't have a toe joint. He actually just has double jointed knees that break up a lot more right there than hers. She has the universal ball joint right there, but she still gets a complete bend, basically. Almost as good as him. If I had to complain about anything, the universal joints in the ankles make it a little bit difficult to stand. Another thing she doesn't have that he has a joint right here that can make his shoulders hunch, and he has like a butterfly joint right there. Actually, I believe that's all basically the same joint doing the same job right there. It can hinge out and come down. So there you go with that. Other than that, they have a similar skeleton basically. If you can't tell, I love this figure. I love this toy. I highly recommend it. It's not too many downsides to it. It is awesome. Play Art Sky is awesome. Sometimes they don't get face sculpts completely right if it's not an anime character, because it is made by Square Enix and they make They make Final Fantasy, if you didn't know. But it's still an awesome figure. I say go get it. If they still have any in stock, you might be able to even order it online. But anyway, if you like this video and you're still watching it, so make sure you click like, because you know you liked it. Like, comment, subscribe, share. T-Man 978 out of here.